Who is this guy? Does anybody know? Why do we want to know about him? Does anybody know who this is? I'm just curious to see if anybody knows. Does anybody have any wild guesses? You can add it in the Q&A. I'm not going to tell you until the next slide. So we'll see who this is. So the previous slide, you saw a picture of a man. The name of that individual is Reuben Lucas Goldberg. He called himself Rube. He was an American cartoonist. The Rube Goldberg machine is named after him. Rube was an artist that drew a lot of machines that had connected parts that, you know, you'd have something hit something else and it makes something do it on the other part. And they could be really complex. And maybe you're going, what the hell are you talking about? Let's show a picture and you'll get an idea of what I mean by the machinery that he drew. So Rube was a cartoonist himself, and so he did a lot of drawings. One week his employer said, you seem to be doing the same type of drawings over and over again. So he decided to try something new and draw a female bird, and then it had a clock that ticked, and when it arrived at 9, the lovebirds came out and kissed. The bird came out and kissed the person on the nose, and then it had like a swing that pulled like a catapult kind of thing that had a hat in it. When that cannonball went off, the hat flew across and it landed on like a hook. And then that held the weight, and the weight dropped, and it dropped onto like a typewriter kind of device. And the boss, you know, was listening to something, and he heard the typewriting noise, so it meant that the individual was working, so that the worker could go out and do stuff. And the boss had no idea he wasn't working. And so that was kind of a cool idea of tricking the boss. I'm not really a good artist myself. So this is a picture of one of his ideas. And then on the next slide, we have I wanted to show you Rube Goldberg's machine. You may be looking at it going like, I mean, that he's old. So how does this apply to me? I mean, this is 2021. Why would be using such an old idea? And you can see that there have been a lot of modifications with his original idea. So I'm going to unmute myself so you can hear the music. So if you are using hearing aids or you are listening, I'll give full access. So I do have to unmute myself to allow that to happen. So now you guys have seen how elaborate these have become and how to use the tools and instruments and the machinery and have everything coordinate together. And you have to think, how can I do that? Don't worry. We're going to give you 2 videos to give a little bit more information, a little bit simpler, so that you don't have to do something quite as advanced as what we just saw. So we have the simple machine, and then we have one that's a complicated machine. If you feel you have some tools, and maybe you could do the simple machine, and that might be possible. You can win a prize for that. And I'm going to show what a simple machine would look like and what it would do. So we're going to go through the video. So those were very simple, but wow, they were very effective and they got the task done. So the next one is the complicated machine. So it's a little bit more complicated than what we just saw. Maybe you feel, that's just not possible. I don't think I can do this. I'm going to let you know that the second video was done by a middle school student during COVID's time. So that means you can do it. It was a project that they worked with another individual. They had different partners that they collaborated with. And it's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch that. It's about 3 minutes. And it will be really fascinated. Like, how did they do this? And they did this at home. So it's a really good demo.
Watch out and see all the way through.
It worked. Almost.
Wow. Now you saw, you went from simple to the more complicated one, and you're going to want to have fun. So help us have fun. Let's look. Okay, seriously. You want to have fun. How can we enjoy this, and get you involved? Okay, I want to get you involved. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's see, something fun. We want to do something. Okay, it's time to vote. How can we vote? Well, we have two different videos that we've seen, the more simple to the complicated, and we'll demonstrate how we'll do that. We're going to follow my rules and expectations here, and I'm going to show you how to go from one to the other and what those expectations are, and then how do you vote? What do you think? Let me show you the video. Oh, number one, video one. Oh, my name is, this is a Rube Goldberg machine. I've never thought of that before. I didn't know about that. I did a little research and found out what I needed to do, how I could set it up, and how did I make it all work out. And then we filmed the whole thing, and we went to the website and connected. And I thought, oh, great. There's a lot of things, a lot of parts in this. There's a place, there's just so much that goes on to try and make this work.
We use boxes and plates and other tools to set up our machine.
Great. Now, this is Rube Goldberg machine, and one big machine. You can have a cup, a light cup, a bottle that has just a little bit of water in it, and then you can have a small box, and then you can have a bigger one, and they're cardboard that chutes that connect them, and then you can look to see how this is going to work. Okay, my goal was to have a ball hit the water container, and then that would cause it to tumble, and you can see how that's going to happen. This is a setup. These are the failed trial runs. Try it again. Try it again. No. Let me move it over a little bit. Woo! It worked. Wahoo! Did you see? Isn't that cool? It was successful. My friend asked me to help her. And I did the video, and then when it dropped and it failed, then we tried it again, and shucks. You know, we had to adjust how the water was done, and then it would spill correctly. And then we tried it the first time, and it worked. It hit in the right place. And then when we made the adjustments, it was like, I hope that works right. And then we tried, didn't work. And then we did it again. It didn't work. And again, it didn't work. And then the bottle was contacted by the ball. That didn't work. And then a friend came and said, why not? Let me see how you're doing it with the water. And ta-da, finally it worked. It was a lot of fun. So Rube Goldberg project is very exciting, and hope that it works for you. Now, as you can see, she was able to describe the whole thing, and that was a simple one, but the reason you need to explain all the parts, because you have to decide what your tools are, what the goal of your project there. Was it successful? Was it a failure? And why was that so? And I want to see it go all the way through, all the connection. And then now look at video 2. What's the difference between 1 and 2? Woo, here's a drone. Well, maybe you noticed, you know, it was a little hard to get down to the sign. The tech girls and tech boys did this, the tech girls and tech boys camp. And I'll show you that one later. But right now, did you notice the difference between 1 and 2? In 1, she was able to really describe the whole process. When we got to video 2, it was a very elaborate machine, but they didn't describe it much. And for me, one rule is there's an expectation. And look right here. Go ahead.
To show your thinking, there's an expectation to show the thinking, and that's really important. So now we'll go on to the next slide.
Okay, which one do you think? Slide 1, well, video 1 or video 2? Which one do you feel would have won in the competition? And I want to know what you think.
You can put it in the Q&A if you would like to respond, which one you think is going to win which one you would vote for?
Don't be shy. Share your thoughts. Some person said number 2 because the action was good and it demonstrated a whole lot of things, and I think they're the champs. And then another person in Q&A said video 1. It seemed like it was very interesting. 1 or 2? Which one will it be? A lot of people asked, and 1 or 2, or come up with your answer there. To be honest, it was number 1. The person who had voted for number 1 just now, you won. And why would that be true? We do have rules that you have to follow, and you have to be creative, yes. It has to be fascinating. It has to be worth all of those. You followed all the rules, and it's got to be very interesting. So to win a prize, that's how you win. But you do have to describe everything. Describe your work. Okay, do you see all the rules that we have? First, there's a video, and you need to make modifications along the way. It needs to go smoothly in order to complete the task. So you're thinking, okay, I want to have a cat, I want to have a dog in it, I want to have a hamster in it. No. Don't use that. We don't need animals involved. It could be dangerous. So, and we don't want any chemicals. We don't need any explosions. You should wear goggles though, but we don't want anything exploding. And we don't want flying objects that could be dangerous. It needs to be within a confined space. It go 2 or 3 feet, but remember to set boundaries or certain dimensions, and no swearing in it, no profanity, and you can't use anything that's illegal, any items that are illegal, and you must have adult supervision while you're designing this. You do want it exciting and you want a lot of action, but we need adults there supervising your building of this machine. How are you going to do the video? Well, let me describe that. Oh, here we are. Of course, you have to build the model, of course. And then you also have to set a video. That's a requirement. You have to video this. And why do you have to design this? Well, you want it to work. 3 to 5 minutes. That's the length of the machine. And it can't be 1 minute. It has to have a length of 3 to 5 minutes. And to qualify. Second, the video, if it's 1 minute, it doesn't qualify, just 1 minute. So give thought to it. Okay, 2 to 5 minutes. You need to include video in the whole project. And so what can you do? Do you want things to swing and hit the next item, or do you want it to tumble? Do you want it to ring a bell or a doorbell? I mean, any number of things can be included. And You need to be able to describe it accurately and completely. So how do you pick that idea? What inspires you and all of us? So why did you come up with that? And in the end, it's called a bonus. Do you have a name? Come up with a creative name for your machine and tell us why. I'll show you a slide.
Okay, I'll take over, Meredith. So we want to have you do want to send a raw video to us. Please upload it to YouTube, but don't make it public. Make sure that it's unlisted. Then send that link to the email address on the slide, ntid@ntid.rit.edu. I'm feeling really psyched about this. Maybe in the beginning you're a little shy and you're not sure if you wanted to do something like that, but now you've seen what a simple machine setup looks like and you go, I can do this. I think this is something I can do. And you want to make a Rube machine, maybe your family gets involved. A counselor or a teacher can also provide advice. Maybe you need some help just sort of brainstorming different ideas. You can get more people involved to help you come up with your idea. You have until October 29th at 11:59 p.m. So you have all the way up until that last minute, 11:59, but at midnight, you won't be able to qualify to win if you get it in after 11:59 p.m. So maybe you want to find a team to help. So we're going to we have a team of judges that will pick the top 3 winners of this competition. And that will happen November 4th. Of course, we have prizes. Don't be ridiculous. We will have prizes for those top 3. Now, if you're wondering what those prizes are, do you guys really want to see the prizes? Do you really? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I should show you. Okay, I'm soft-hearted. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what the prizes are. Are you guys ready to see them? So 3rd place wins. Do you really, really want to see the prizes, what they look like? I need some motivation to show you that. I'll go ahead and I'll show you the 3. Are you guys ready? You might be looking at that and going, what is that? It's a really cool surprise. You get 3 months subscription or 6 months subscription to different types of projects. There's a box that comes with all the stuff that you need. For example, one of them is like a trumpet or a trash can basketball. There's one that is stereo headphones that you make. There's something with a pencil sharpener as well. Those are kits that come with everything to put together to make a pencil sharpener. So you'll have a total of 6 different projects. So 1 a month, and that's really cool. And that's 3rd prize. It's from Kiwi Company. It's the Eureka crates. And the 2nd prize is you may be looking at like, well, yes, it's a Switch. It's a Switch Lite. A lot of people enjoy playing with these and getting these because they have different colors like blue, pink, yellow. You'd have to let me know what you want and we'll see with COVID if I can get the color that you request. The game that comes with it is Dr. Kayawashi Brain. I'm not sure how to say that. It's a brain training game. It helps you really think about things. It's different than other games that you have. It's very creative. It makes you think about problems and solve it. So then you can be ready to come here at RIT and do your work, whatever major you decide to go in. And now for the next one, which is the first place prize. Are you guys ready to see this? Wow, this is a really good prize. This is a great box in a sense you can get. So if you win first prize, you will get a free trip flying here to Rochester or train, whatever you prefer, to come here to New York State, and you will come to NTID to either go to Tech Girls or Tech Boys program that we have running on campus. So whichever one you feel matches with you. They both have similar tracks. This is your opportunity to see the science and technology and engineering and math that we have here on campus. If you really have no idea about this, this is really an opportunity for you to get a taste of the different fields. Maybe you'll find something you just fall in love with. If you cannot do it because of a conflict of a date, there is a cash prize of $500. So that's really nice too. That means that you have to be very creative to win that prize, to get the $500, or to be able to get the grant to come into the Tech Girls, Tech Boy program that we have. So right now I'm going to ask, does anybody have any questions for me? We're going to take the time to answer questions that the audience might have. If you have any questions or you want clarification on the rules, just drop that into the Q&A box and we will answer them. Are there any questions? If you're not sure, again, you can email me at the NTID outreach at ntid.rit.edu. So again, that was NTID outreach at ntid.rit.edu. Maybe you're like, I'm not sure how to do this. Could you clarify the rules? Just send an email to that address and we will respond back and answer any questions that you have. Or I can also answer questions right now if you'd like. I could send you the PowerPoint if you would like. I will have a recording of this webinar, so you can email me at that NTID outreach at ntid.rit.edu. I wish that I was able to put that on the screen so everybody could see it and I don't have to keep saying it. But if you want to see the recording of the webinar again, certainly ask and we can send it to you because it is being recorded. Let me see. You have to submit, you have till today, from today to October 29th. If you feel like, yes, I think my student I know should do this, or a friend would really like to get involved in this, let them know about it. You can mention that the webinar was recorded and we can share it with them. We want to see as many submissions as we can. We want to make this really competitive. And I'm going to move on to the next slide. Oh, finally, it loaded. Took a little bit. So there are 3 different events that we do have going on in campus. The first one is the final series of NTID's virtual science fair, which was the egg drop competition. And then we have the Rube Goldberg machine as well. But we really wanted like more to add into there. But it was really getting so close. So we were trying to figure out what else that we could do in these other events. We welcome any involvement or any ideas. We do have an egg drop competition where you have to drop the egg from a certain height. You have to think about how to keep the egg safe, meaning that after it's been dropped, the egg can't crack or leak any of its innards out. You have to think about how you're going to support that to keep it safe throughout that process. That's November 15th to December 3rd is when we'll have that competition. As you see, after this, we will also have another event from March 14th. So, and then we have the Tech Girls and Tech Boys Camp. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's submission. We do have the math competition that will be happening on March 14th through the 21st, and that's for middle school. We won't have it in-person competition because of COVID, but we're going to try to have fun activities. Plus, it's a math competition, so we're kind of blend some stuff together, have fun plus math. And that's March 14th through the 21st. You're thinking, why are we picking March 14th? That's 3-4-14, so it's kind of like Pi Day. Remember 3.41 for Pi? We're using that, and we're really, if you know anybody that wants to get involved or will be motivated to do that, again, email NTID outreach at ntid.rit.edu. And then the third announcement that I want to talk about, we don't have anything in the beginning of the summer. You can still go if you aren't thinking that you might not be able to go, but I mean, go ahead and apply. We're doing that on June 22nd. Again, if you want well, it runs from July 23rd to the 28th. If you have any questions about when to apply or when you should submit stuff, email NTID outreach at ntid.rit.edu. And I really look forward to seeing the diversity in Rube Goldberg's machine design that you guys are going to have. It could be simple or complicated. I mean, challenge me to figure out which one I'm going to pick. And then there was one more comment that I did want to talk about. So how can we get into the egg drop contest and what are the rules for that? Somebody has asked. The egg drop competition will be opening at the end of October. So look for that announcement. The rules will be uploaded to the website explaining the requirements. If you don't know where to find that information, again, email that email address, ntid@ntid.rit.edu. And I'm really excited to see the involvement that we're going to get in all of these activities we have planned. Now you've seen all these wonderful things that we have going on, and you've seen all these different ideas. Now it's your turn to get creative with the Rube Goldberg experiments. So have fun, good luck, go crazy. I mean, you never know what could happen. So before we wrap up, I really want to thank the interpreters and the captionists for providing the access services. And I know that I can be a little much sometimes with my personality, but I do appreciate that they have kept up with me. And I look forward to seeing what's happening with this competition. I want to thank everybody who's watching and participating in this event. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys later.